I think the Atiku team leader is a transit, so
Yes,
I
he's a,
think that he has some challenges
uh,
joining, but he has someone else that he wants to join in
yes,
his stead. Yeah,
uh, he's
but
representing tonight. Tell him to request. Okay.
I, I
Uh,
think Bongo is there right now, though.
I saw Bongoli earlier on.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
here. What's the comment of this?
I'm more worried about the team Atiku Web XEL. Okay, Femi, I've sent Femi a request from team Atiku. Okay, I've sent him a request. Sent Femi a request. And then finally, team Tinubu, Ashiwaju team. So guys, sorry, don't be angry. We're on it. Femi, I sent you a request. Accept. Femi, accept on IG. Femi. Oh, he's chatting from PC. Oh, no, no, no. Can't work. Can't work. Who else do we have here? Bongoli, 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 Bongoli. Leave here and get back on the live and send a request. Okay, Bongoli's team. All these plenty people sending me requests. I'm not going to invite you. I'm not going to invite you. I'm only inviting the people who are meant to be here. Bongoli, Bongoli, help me out. Team leaders. Okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to get this. Who is representing this team? Okay. Okay. All right, let me invite Bongoli. Bongoli is here. He'll put us through. Okay, Bongoli is representing. Miss Thickness, my sister, how are you doing?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good evening.
evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Please, my team member is at Olusheyi.
I remember
He sent his request. Yeah, Olusheyi dot Olamide dot Bisiriyu. He has sent in his request.
Olushe. Okay. Olushe. No, he hasn't sent a request. No such request here. I'm looking. Let me try to send him a message. Olusheyi, say that again.
Yeah, Olusheyi dot Olamide dot Bisiriyu.
Dot Olamide Bisiriyu. Okay.
Have you seen him?
I had to search for him. I found him.
Okay. Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a nice debate, everyone.
He comes on. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's him. That's him. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy the festivities. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, so Team Atiku, you are the only ones left. Team Atiku.
Yeah, Daddy Freeze.
Yes.
I'm not also going to be the one speaking for Team OB today. There's going to be two other people for the two different segments. The first person is going to be Mother Voice, the same guy that represented second last time. That's Mothevoice. That's him, and he's going to tell you who's going to be the next person to come on afterwards.
All right. So Mother Voice is being brought.
He's going to be the first person to speak for us, and then he's going to introduce you to the next person. Yes.
Okay, right. Mother round. All
What's
right.
up, bro?
Okay, so Team Atiku, you're the only one left now. Femi, I remember they said WebEx. I invited him. So let me remove African God since he's represented. And let me bring in all right, Femi. So Femi, accept. Femi, send a second request. Accept. All right, so we're waiting for Team Atiku Abubakar. I'm waiting for Team Atiku Abubakar. Okay, Ashiwaju has been sorted. Team Atiku, please send another representative while we're trying to sort out Femi Aderogba. Femi Aderogba can't seem to log in for one reason or the other. Team Atiku, send me another representative. Is unable to join. Is unable to join. Is having me issues. Okay, what's your handle? Handle is having issues. Ask me to continue till he's done. Okay. So I'm waiting for Team Abubakar. Okay. Guys, just a bit of patience. Patience. Talent boom. Okay, talent boom. Even talent boom. Atiku's team, you people are the ones slowing us down today. Web. Okay. Sent Femi another request. Talent boom. Okay, the two people, Alfred, and I've sent both of them requests. So while you're watching on Facebook, remember to buy me stars. Buy stars. Just right under the video, you can buy stars if you're watching on Facebook. Buy stars and support the debates. Okay, so we have somebody right here. Who is it? And it's actually Talent Boom Productions sitting in for Team Atiku. All right, before I allow you guys talk, like I said, the debate is exactly 1 hour, starting now. Last week, Peter Obi was throwing a lot of direct shades and, should I say, insults. I allowed it this week because previous week they were bashed. But it's going to end here. No more direct insults. No more. You can take shots at each other, but the shots have to be professional. Okay, guys? What happened last week is not going to count against anyone, or what happened the previous week. I wanted everybody to understand that, okay, you can give and you can take, but that's not how we're going to run the debate. That has been done away with. And we're going to debate professionally. Take shots, Make it hot, but no insults. No, you need to be, your IQ is low, all those kind of, no, that's not going to be tolerated going forward. Now, you guys are going to discuss with the public what the modalities are for tonight's debate. What are you guys discussing? What are you guys debating? And how is this debate going on? Officially, the debate has started, and I hand over to you guys. So go ahead. Let me know how this is going to be. I'm also a spectator tonight. Oh yeah, over to you guys.
All right. Based on the meetings that our leaders had, the topic for today is supposed to be defending the weaknesses of our preferred candidates. For the first round, we'll have 5 minutes each uninterrupted. And for the second round, there would be rebuttals. I believe the time is either 3 to 5 minutes again. And then after that, there's the Glasgow's section.
With the Glasgow section.
So which team starts?
That will be me. Team Tinubu will be starting.
Okay. Team Tinubu will be starting, addressing the weakness. So that means, if I understood this correctly, you'd be addressing the weakness of Obi and Atiku.
No, of his candidate. Of his candidate.
Of my candidate. So I will be addressing the weaknesses, the perceived weaknesses of Tinubu. Yes.
Of your own candidate.
Candidate, yes.
So he's going to talk. Who's going to talk next after him?
That will be Obi.
Obi is going to talk next, and Atiku is going to talk next, and they're all going to really address the weaknesses of their team, of their candidates. Then after that, one by one again, they'll attack each other's weaknesses, right?
Well, yeah.
Yes. So depending on how you want to use it, depending on whether you want to attack or not, you can decide to do more than attack, or you might just sell more of your candidate, whichever one you decide to do.
I decide to attack more or sell more, whatever it is, guys. I had no say. Yeah, I had no say in picking off the what is it called, the topics and the modalities. I just oversaw the process. I stayed 99%. Now, I must commend you guys. Despite all the fighting, the team leaders did a very good job of agreeing on what they wanted to do. So big shout out to Team Tinubu, Team Obi, and Team Atiku. The team leaders all came together despite their differences, and they all agreed on the modalities of the debate. You can see that I have no little influence.
Exactly.
So big shout out to that. Nigerian supporters need to learn that. I was so proud of them. Bongo Lee and African God put aside their differences and were at least able to hold a civil conversation in a group. That to me is amazing, because last week was so hot, I felt that everywhere was scattered, but they kept the heat professional. So even though I'm not going to let it get to the notch it got to last week, I want you guys to understand that this is a debate. These people might not be friends, but they can work together. I force them to be in a group just so that they can work together. Nigeria needs to understand that if Obi does not win and Tinubu wins, Obi has to work with Tinubu. And if neither Obi and Tinubu win and Atiku wins, the two of them must work with Atiku. So we cannot create enemies. Instead, we must create a functional system where everybody's hands are on board. And it was well proven with the team leaders of all the groups. I'm so proud of that. So
and in addition, the topic today was chosen by Team Tinubu. Next week, it'll be chosen by Team Atiku, and the following week will be chosen by Team Obi, and will continue to repeat.
Thank you so much. Once again, you have seen cooperation on a very high pedestal. Buy stars if you're watching on Facebook. Send me gifts if you're watching on TikTok. We're also live on YouTube, and the debate starts in earnest. 31 minutes down midnight African time, the debate has started, and I officially hand over to Team Ashiwaju, aka Team Tinubu.
Okay.
From this moment onwards, the time is counting. You have exactly 1 hour, while you have 5 minutes to start. So Team Tinubu, over.
A quick one, please, Adadi, please. I'm not supposed to be the one to sit up for Team Atiku today. Like the person who is supposed to sit up for us, I think he's also talking to me, trying to talk to me in the group that he's ready. Just go back home. I'm just holding on for him. I don't know if I can continue or you can bring him in later.
Let me bring him in
when he's ready.
now. Let me bring him in now. No time to be wasted. You are now officially inside your time. So whatever happens, I'm going to cut you guys off in an hour. We have to do things by the book. Everybody is live and prepared. So Femi Aderibigbe is ready. So.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm live now.
Team the way it is. Team Tinubu over. What?
So good evening, everyone. My name is. I think the mic is echoing. So can somebody?
So if you're not speaking, mute your mic. So the only mic that should be live now is Team Tinubu's mic. And of course me, because I'm going to be cutting and interjecting. 5 minutes time limit. Here goes.
Okay. All right. My name is Oluseyi Bisiriyu. I'll be representing Team Tinubu today, and the topic of
so that they can hear.
So my name is Oluseyi Bisiriyu. I will be representing Team Tinubu today, and I'll be addressing the topic debunking the perceived weaknesses of my candidates. And in order for me to address the points I have, I will like to highlight them first so that my viewers will be able to go along with me. In case I can't finish up, they know what I want to talk about. So the first of them is age, and that is the notion that he is too old to rule Nigeria. The second is health, the notion that he's too sick to rule Nigeria. The third is criminality, the notion that he is a criminal mastermind. The fourth is godfatherism, the notion that he dominates the political space for his personal benefit. And the fourth would be stealing from government, the idea that he continually enrich himself through the use of government funds. So going with age, Tinubu was born in 1952, so he is a 70-year-old man. In Nigeria, a 70-year-old man is an elder. An elder in Nigeria is also usually the head of the family. And they usually have the opportunity to preside over disputes and resolution in their family. I have not heard of a time when the youth of a family will say to the elder that they cannot preside over a dispute resolution or to lead the family. So, however, we know that youth can add to the strength of the family through their vigor, their vibrancy, and their energy. But usually they don't rule. And it's not a bad thing to want to rule, but there are some times when you need the support of the elder. So I wonder why Nigerians, especially our youth, are very, very angry about a 70-year-old man wanting to rule Nigeria. Now, if age is the benchmark for good governance, we have had some in the past. And one of the best one was Awolowo in 1951 when he was the head of, when he became the premier of Western region. He was 42. His lieutenant, Abode Thomas, was 32. Akintola was 41. Arthur Press was 45. But they had the support of the Egbe Omodudua that made them the best administration in Nigeria at that time. And on the other side, we also have the head of states that were young, but they caused so much trouble in Nigeria, starting with Aguiyi-Ironsi at 42, Gowon at 32, Ojukwu at 33 when he became the head governor of Eastern region, and plunged the people into a civil war that killed almost 3 million people. We have Obasanjo at 39, and Buhari 41, and IBB at 44, who at that time devalued Naira, and we have not been able to get out of that. Abraham Lincoln said, in the end, it is not the years in your life that count, it is the life in your years that count. Tinubu has life in his years, true experience, like Awolowo and the Egbe Omodudua. He's the only one the youth can trust for integration into governance. Tinubu, as we believe, is the best candidate for youth succession, as he has done in the past, because we believe that human beings are animal of habit. you usually don't change our habits. And what he did when he made Babatunde Fashola the first governor was indeed his first success at giving youth a chance to move ahead. And Babatunde Fashola is a success of his succession practice till today. Now, if he can do that, is he healthy to transfer to the youth? So that pushes me to the next point, which is health. I want to say that we, the Tinubu team, have no inside knowledge of Tinubu's health record. Above all, we know that he has a very sound mind, and that sound mind is what Nigeria needs. Everyone above 40 is likely to have health issues, and that is a given. The health professionals know that. Richard Davidson said, the key to a healthy life is having a healthy mind. We don't know his record, but we believe that what he did with the Emilio constituent in Ogun State was a show of cognitive mind that knows how to plan, strategize, and execute. He knew at that time that the public space was not in his favor, but he needed to put something scandalous out there, and he did. And before the primaries, he went in to win. He could not. We saw videos of him having tremor in lifting a flag. We know that's more about fatigue, having stayed up all night through the primaries. But does Nigeria really need him to be lifting weight because he wants to sign an agreement or sign a legislation into law? He does not need that. We have seen sick presidents in the past, like Franklin Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy, who have done great things even when their body frails or they are sick. Franklin Roosevelt was working with polio, and J.F. Kennedy was working with the acute back pain. He did great things, and he survived, and he did well for the United States. So we don't think age is a problem for him. We believe the excellence of his mind is the biggest thing. We believe that the youth can trust him, and he has done that in the past to give responsibility to the youth. If his mind is healthy, is he not a criminal mind or criminal mastermind? People have said that, but we say that that is not true. Criminality is not.
I'm not the only one watching time. I'm going to appoint somebody as timekeeper. Who's going to be our timekeeper? Time up. Are you here, Bukola? Bukola, time up. If you're here, Bukola, Ibis Love Haven, time up. So moving on to the next contestant in the debate, clash of the supporters. We have Team Atiku, right? Unmute your mic, and everybody else, mic's muted, and over to you. Your 5 minutes begins now.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Adorok Badishola by name, and I'm here to debunk some rumors regarding Atiku. The first thing is about region. Many Nigerians believe power is going to the north and is not coming back to the south. But we need to understand that we have power zoning arrangement in PDP and in APC. The three main regions that are yet to be president in Nigeria is Northeast, Southeast, and North Central. So if Atiku is contesting, it means out of the three regions that are yet to be president in Nigeria is coming out of it. So that means by power zoning arrangement, Atiku is eligible to be contesting for president in Nigeria. That's number one. Number two is crisis management. Many people believe the problem we have in Nigeria today is based on the foundation Alhaji Atiku has laid for us in Nigeria. But if we trace history and go back to 1999, the regime of 1999 to 2007, we will remember that Alhaji Atiku actually was among people who actually facilitated the privatization of many companies. And one of the things we have to remember is the privatization of the telecoms company. We also have to understand the consolidation of banks. The first one as privatization was the telecom company, which we now have MTN, Globalcom, and some other things. And you will agree with me that majority of these telecommunication companies has really been facilitating our communications across board, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. At the same time, when we are talking of consolidation of bank, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has really assisted us in ensuring that our banks, they have strong policies and they can function properly. That means that we can save our money in the bank and automatically we can withdraw it when due. Another thing is many people believe Alhaji Atiku Abubakar coming from North, that it will not actually be able to handle the security issue. And that's wrong. If we go back to year 2000, when we have the Kaduna crisis, and there, don't forget that Southern Kaduna, there are religion issue around that zone. And Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is a Muslim. For him to have actually sponsored the suspension of Sharia law, it actually means that this is a man that has people at heart. It means he's a man that has strength for diversity. It means he's a man that actually have Nigerian interest at heart. And another thing is that is Alhaji Abubakar, does he actually have the experience needed? Yeah, Alhaji Abubakar actually have the experience that is needed to be a president. Don't forget that one of the issues we have in Nigeria is dealing with strong people that are cabals and are destroying our economy. Don't forget, during Abacha regime, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was among the people that actually ensured that the military regime came to an end. And you can see how we are enjoying democracy today. Don't forget as well, if Alhaji Abubakar has not fought Baba Obasanjo for third-term regime, even with the poor performance of PMB today, we may still have PMB going for third term. And if we consider all this stuff, we really see that Alhaji Abubakar, while he was in government, he has done us more good than the perceived bad that people are actually saying around the corner. And on this note, I want to take some pause.
Oh, wow. Very good. You used less than your time. So officially handing over to Team Peter Obi. Your 5 minutes begins now.
Good evening, Daddy Freeze. Right after this, I'll be handing over to Tom Leslie. He's going to be coming up to speak in the rebuttal.
Not talking, mute your mics.
The topic for this debate, which was chosen by Team Tinubu, was a very difficult one for us, which is debunking the perceived weaknesses of our preferred candidate. This topic is really good for Team Tinubu because it allows them a chance to defend Tinubu's past as a harrowing accountant for a drug operation in Chicago in the 90s. Additionally, it gives them the opportunity to explain how APC, the party that gave us the unknown gunmen, have now introduced us to the unknown men of God. Now to the weaknesses of my candidate. Peter Obi is not a good dancer. One of the attributes of the highest paid politicians in the world, the Nigerian politicians, is that they are very good dancers. Some even go as far as writing songs of celebration and others songs to taunt their opponents. On a visit to meet PDP delegates in Port Harcourt while he was still in the PDP, he was welcomed with singing and dancing. Peter Obi went ahead to outline the dire situation of Nigeria, from insecurity to debt servicing issues to the ASU strike and to our huge electricity deficit. He reminded them that there was no time for singing and dancing because there was nothing to celebrate. Another weakness of Peter Obi is that he is too simple. Most Nigerian politicians are very hardworking and important people, therefore they tend not to be simple people. For example, the motorcade of Mr. Peter Obi cannot be compared to the motorcade of Bola Tinubu of the APC. When Tinubu's convoy is on the move in Lagos, traffic in Lagos is shut down. As governor of Anambra State, after his first visit to Abuja, Peter Obi decided to audit the responsibilities of the 30 to 40 people who traveled with him. And after the audit, he discovered that he was the only one who really needed to attend the meeting in Abuja. He was reminded that 7 of the people who were with him were the police officers, and he instructed his team to ask the commissioner of police in Abuja to give him security. This level of simplicity is a huge weakness. According to Team Atiku, Atiku is a man who can unify Nigeria because he has wives from every corner of Nigeria, Africa, and America. This could be one of the weaknesses of Peter Obi because he is not experienced at managing many wives and many children compared to the other candidates. Peter Obi's family life is simple and streamlined. I have nothing against polygamous families and marriages. I simply believe that there's something special about a man who can be committed to one woman. Peter Obi has been married to Margaret Brownson Usam for 30 years, and they have 2 children. I would personally be comfortable with the fact that The first family has only 4 members. This eliminates the possibility of multiple people controlling the affairs of the country in Aso Rock. And the tradition of nepotism that we have experienced over the past 7 years would be a thing of the past. It is time for us to choose a leader that we want our children to emulate. Peter Obi reminds me a lot of Barack Obama, a president who wasn't perfect, but was upright to the extent that the opposition could not find any cracks in his armor, so they coined a new term, birtherism, claiming that he was not a natural-born citizen of the United States. In the case of Mr. Peter Obi, the only thing that has been said to accuse him of is that he is stingy. The people of Nigeria have been decimated with a psychological weapon of mass destruction known as poverty. Victims of poverty have been stripped of justice and a fair chance for the pursuit of happiness. So they wait for elected officials who have stolen public funds to give them handouts. As governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi was given an estimate of 15,000 naira for a ream of paper. And being the stingy man that he is, he asked to see a sample of the paper. I am guessing to make sure that the paper was not made of gold. He called a different supplier who gave him the same ream of paper for 1,500 naira. You do the math. Fellow Nigerians, we are faced with the option of life or death. I urge you to choose life. Don't allow these people to divide us along ethnic and religious lines. No good Muslim who follows the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or good Christian who follows the teachings of Jesus Christ would support either Atiku or Tinubu. There are 5 more days till the INEC registration deadline. Go get your PVCs, tell your friends and families about the weaknesses of Peter Obi, and get ready to vote. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and may God bless us all.
Woo! 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 This is fun. All right, timekeeper. We are moving on to the next.
So harmlessly is the next handle you're going to be welcoming. Thank you, everyone. Have a good week.
Okay, who am I welcoming?
Harmlessly.
Harmlessly.
His name is Steve DK.
Send me a request. Okay, you may leave so I can bring Harmlessly in. Okay. All right, let's do this quickly. No time for. While we're doing this, the next team, your 5 minutes begins. Harmlessly. Send me a DM. African God, send me his handle. I can be doing that while the next speaker takes the floor. So officially,
so that would be me.
All right.
We just had the representative of Peter Obi talk about wives and motorcade and simple person and dancers, and we don't understand how that relates to governance. Maybe he's going to go dance in Aso Rock and maybe have his wife sit in the Oval Office. We don't know if that is the case, and we hope that's not the case. So we have nothing to say about that. That is not even an issue to debate. If Peter Obi wants to waste Nigerian time talking about 1,000 naira and 6 kobo when roads are worth billions, then he can go ahead and do that back in Anambra. Oh, I forgot. He already did 8 times. He can't go back. So we'll be fine to find him where he is. He has forgotten that Peter Obi did a few interviews yesterday, and he forgot to talk about having a problem of fact setting. A couple of things weren't right with what he said yesterday, and I think that is a major thing that Nigerians want to hear. But our guy refused to say anything about that, and I wish him good luck. I'm not going to spend more of my time on that. I'm going to just say more about Tinubu. With Atiku, I just think the campaign of Atiku does not really have a political philosophy that could really pull people. I think he's a nice guy, just like our Obi guy came to talk about people being nice, and there's nothing wrong with being nice. I just think that you need a political philosophy for you to move from just being a regular person to being a president. Yes, he was a vice president, but being a vice president does not mean you are actually the one responsible for Nigeria. You know, you could have done a couple of things. The guys that they will actually complain about is Olusegun Obasanjo, not Atiku. So that doesn't mean that he has the experience to run Nigeria. However, I will move on to Tinubu. And the next issue, the next topic about Tinubu that I want to clarify is the idea that he's a criminal. He's not a criminal. When he arrived in United States in 1975, he was trying to survive. He could have been a drug dealer then. He did not. It's just sad that you have educated young men who have tragedy of the mind and intelligence to say that somebody who has not been criminally charged or indicted is a criminal or is a drug lord. He said that last week. He said that yesterday. He's a smart guy. I know he won't be saying that if he doesn't have malice. However, I will go forward and say that he arrived in January 1975. He couldn't get a job. He went to the DV area, became a cab driver. He could not do that very well, and went to Chicago, went to a community grammar school, community, Richard Denley Community College, and then Chicago State. He moved on to Deloitte and Moby. From this point on, there was no need for him to be a criminal. What he was talking about is the seizure warrant that was issued against him. A seizure warrant is not a criminal indictment. It is a warrant to seize property. There was a 1.4 million in 2 accounts that belonged to him. He went out there to go get it. Usually people who have nefarious activities regarding properties don't go to claim their money. And he got his money back. If he did that, and subsequent to that in 2003, the United States government came out with a report saying that he does not have a criminal case with anyone in the world. So I don't understand why educated people will say he's a criminal, it's a drug lord, when you don't have evidence. Simple things shows that he is not a criminal. Now, I will move on to being a godfatherism. The godfatherism is because there is a culture of administrative reset in Nigeria. He knew that from when a new administration comes in, they always stop what the previous administration has been going through. And that is a progress delay. So he created a succession plan where he can find a person that is good enough to move the progress forward in terms of his plan for 20 years, a 24 years plan. And he got Raji Fashola, who has done well, Ambode and Sanwo-Olu. I know that the disadvantage is that there are new people who are interested in ruling Nigeria, in ruling Lagos, who have not got the chance. I say to them, go out there, get yourself popular and depose Ashiwaju. But so far, so good. The people of Lagos love what they have, they love what they see, and they are enjoying what he has done so far. It may sound like a bad or a negative thing to be a godfather of Lagos State, but so far Lagos State has been the best, even though mediocre at some standard, is still the best in Nigeria. Please vote Tinubu. I yield.
Okay. Over to Team Atiku Abubakar.
All right. Let me first address the first issue Peter Obi guy said. He was talking about polygamy or not polygamy. I want him to understand one thing. Number one, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is a Muslim, and in Islam religion, it is allowed for you to be polygamous. That's the first thing we ought to know. So being polygamous is a personal thing. That is not enough to discredit him. And we ought to know that for somebody to have managed up to 3 wives in his home and have multiple children without any of his children having criminal record, that means this man, he has strength for tolerance. He has strength for diversity. He also has strength for home management. At least we've seen some men that have one wife and they have multiple concubines. For Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to have made such a decision, it means he's a responsible man and is somebody that actually caters for his home. Now, to Team Atiku, to Team Ashiwaju, he made mention of experience. I don't know, maybe he is not aware that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has been in politics from the 1980s. And let me bring it back to him to send as a reminder. Alhaji Abubakar was among those people that organized a build-up for the Third Republic. And then he was a chairman of PFN. Maybe you don't know, that is one experience. Another thing is that during that time, when they were drafting Nigeria Constitution, he got involved in it. And that was why he keeps saying that he believes in true federalism. If we check our constitution, you will realize that it's about true federalism. That means that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has a philosophy, and his philosophy is about true federalism. That is number one. Number two, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is passionate about ensuring that we have a strong framework, policies that can actually move us forward in Nigeria. And don't forget that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has said that our current constitution is outdated. Somebody that participated in the constitution and said we also need to implement our confab report. I don't know if you check the content of confab report, you can know that that is what can also bet a new Nigeria we've been talking about. If you have Asiwaju, he doesn't even have a blueprint of how he's going to take us to new Nigeria. If you have Peter Obi, he's only traveling, associating with people in the airplane, telling us that is this, is that, is that. Why has he not been doing all those things in the past 4 years, 5 years? So I want to make you to understand that if somebody has been in politics since 1980 till now, it means that such a personality is worth to be called a good presidential candidate. Another thing that people have been leaning for is that he has been contesting and he has been falling. Don't forget that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar contested for Adamawa governor in 1998 and he won. As governor-elect, was promoted to the level of VP and he governed Nigeria as VP very well as the chairman of NEC, National Economic Council. So I really want you to understand that as well. And when we are also talking about security, like I've talked about the Kaduna issue, for him to have been able to resolve something like that is worth remembering. And on the last note, I want you to understand that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has been a good entrepreneur. He has understand going the ups and downs of life. So on this note, since my time is up, I would love to take a pause here as well. Thank you.
All right, big shout out to Team Atiku. They are the most time compliant. Everybody else needs to emulate Team Atiku when it comes to being time compliant. All right, over to Team Peter Obi, representative, representing them for the first time. Everybody else, mute your mic.
Yes, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, fellow Nigerians. Before I start, I want to tell you just a brief story of what happened earlier today. I met someone and we were talking about Atiku, Peter Obi, and Asiwaju. And he said, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. But I told him, what if you know the angel? The case is quite different in Nigeria right now, because now we know the angel. You know, Nigeria has been placed in an hospice care. When I say hospice care, what I mean is they've been left in a place where we're just waiting for Nigeria to die as a nation. For the past 16 years, under the leadership of PDP, APC told us that PDP has a bad leadership skill, and PDP has led us even far behind 1950. But the 7 years we gained from APC, I can tell you, is a penury. When it comes to Peter Obi and his weakness, the first thing Peter Obi has as a weakness is he's too loyal to his country, Nigeria. Peter Obi is too loyal to Nigeria that he cannot improvise his loyalty to Nigeria to that of being loyal to his party. Peter Obi prefers to be loyal to the Federal Republic of Nigeria than to be loyal to a party that is corrupt. Now, another thing that goes too rampant in all social media, and so many Nigerians use it as a point of contact, is his stinginess. Yes, Peter Obi is stingy, but let me try to rephrase that. Peter Obi is allergic to spending money in a wrong way. Let me give you an instance. Peter Obi was given 148 million naira to buy bulletproof cars. You know what he did instead? He bought Peugeot cars worth 3 million naira each to share to his permanent secretaries and the Chief Justice. That stinginess, I think, would I call it weakness? Okay, it's still a weakness. He's stingy. Peter Obi is so stingy that he could not buy himself luxuries when he went to UK, a luxury worth of common 3,000 pounds. Instead, he decided to buy that of 200. Who does that? He said, Governor, come on. He sits in an economy. Come on. He's so stingy. But nevertheless, I think that's what Nigeria needs right now. Because at this point, Nigeria is borrowing to service debt. Now, let's talk about other aspects of Peter Obi's weakness. Peter Obi is so emotional. He's so emotional to the extent that he cannot see his people perish nor die. P2B has a very important event in Mexico, somewhat around 2012, at September 29, 2012. But instead, he turned his back on that event or on that journey just to go to Annam to be with his people and to rescue his people from flood. Where was Asiwaju during the flood at Lekki? Or is that not part of Nigeria? Now let's also talk about P2B's weakness as a Nigerian, because I believe P2B is a Nigerian. As a Nigerian, our weakness is the everyday dying of a common Nigerian. In the first term of the APC, we have about 25,700 people that were killed as a result of terrorist attack. In 2021, according to Premium Time, we lost about 10,366 Nigerians to terrorist attack. And now we've also lost the Boko Haram terrorists that were arrested in Kuje prison to terrorist attack. Now, what does it mean? Those Boko Haram terrorists will soon come back to hunt Nigerians. Another thing I believe P2B is weak at is in the aspect of security. P2B thinks that the only way to solve security problem is to engage the youths and employ them. Instead of employing 50 million youth you don't even have to the military to fight. P2B believes in productivity. He doesn't believe in violence. Even if you go to his social media, he keeps hammering on, please do not attack other candidates. That is a problem, because we cannot just stop attacking other candidates when we fully know their agenda to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. P2B is also weak because of his concern to poverty. And finally, let me tell you, this time, Nigeria needs a Nigerian to be a president and not a Nigerian president. Thank you.
All right. Awesome stuff. And sadly, I have lost Team Tinubu, the representative of Team Tinubu. Can you please come back so we can move to the next phase? Okay. If you're enjoying the debate, I'm loving this debate so much. I can actually sleep and be listening to this debate. It's so sweet. It's like lullaby. If you're watching on Facebook, please remember to buy stars. Just beneath the video there, you will see where to buy stars. Don't be stingy. You are enjoying the content. Support us. This episode is also supported by The Black Mentor. The Black Mentor is into investments, and I'm going to give out his email address as this goes on. If you are interested in investing, remember that Free is not a financial advisor, and that Free does not guarantee anything. So don't come and be holding me and be locking my shirt, because you people like that a lot. Buy stars on Facebook. Okay, where is Team Atiku? Where is Team Ashiwaju? Oluseyi Bisiriyu, I think that is him. I'm bringing him back right now so we can go all forward to the Bass Boost. All right. So are we ready?
All right.
For the Bass Boost?
Yeah.
So who starts? Who gets to go first?
I'm starting.
All right, Team
I'm starting.
Abubakar, represented by Femi, begin the Bass Boost. Ladies and gentlemen.
What? Well, I was surprised when Team Peter Obi was talking about attack. I wonder how we could use the word attack. Maybe I should educate you a bit about what we're talking during electioneering time. There is what we call candidate analysis. We are analyzing our candidates and pushing out the right information about them. So no one is attacking anyone here. We are only clarifying what we know about our candidates, either on social media or in the physical world. So, but you've actually made some points which it was just funny to me. I don't know, maybe you are aware that there was a particular point in time where Peter Obi, he had this issue of secrecy haven, and he also have this tax haven. Number one is that the Peter Obi majority team is a saint. Are you aware that this man, when he became the governor around the time of 2006, 2008, he doesn't declare his assets? I don't know if you are aware about that. And majority of the company he had overseas were put under tax haven so that he can save himself from the issues of tax abroad. That's number one. Number two, we have what we call he has to like declare his asset before being a governor. He had many businesses abroad, whereby we are here in Nigeria sovereign, and he keeps so many things private. That is number two. Number three, Peter Obi has not been consistent with figures. Look at what happened yesterday or day before yesterday regarding the MBA, where he said that all the Nigerians are in MBA, and when they fact check, they find 5. How about the investment in Anambra, when he was saying that Anambra had 100 million? When it was fact checked, it was $100 million. When it was fact checked, it was not as it is. So I don't understand why we will have somebody that become a governor that didn't declare his assets. Number two, somebody that gives figures out and is not accurate. Number three, we have someone that runs most of his business abroad, not here in Nigeria, and we are talking about unemployment. Is this a man that is going to give us what we deserve? Absolutely no. Now to Tinubu, he has actually been saying several things about Tinubu. Yeah, I understand that Tinubu is a godfather. But there is one thing we ought to know. They said, by their fruit we shall know them. If you actually look at where Tinubu has actually been governing, Osun, Ekiti, Oyo, before now, actually Oyo, Kwara, and Lagos precisely, one of the issues we have in Nigeria is that if Lagos State has really been saving our youth and providing employment and peace of mind, many people in Lagos will not be going to US, UK today. Why? This is because, number one, how many jobs are sustainable in Lagos?
You can't say people in Lagos are going to US and Canada. That is not limited to Lagos citizens alone. People from all over Nigeria go to US and abroad. And again,
apologies for that.
You cannot categorically say Tinubu rules in
apologies for that.
Tinubu did not rule there. APC did. And if APC did, that's not Tinubu.
Are we meant to interrupt each other?
Yes, this is bad.
Yeah. That's interruption is allowed. Well, let me make an emphasis. Yeah. Let me make an emphasis to you. This is what I'm saying. Tinubu had his ball. Tinubu had his ball. Just let me land there. Let me just complete my statement with Atiku. Then I will allow you to talk. See, Tinubu, what we are saying is that Tinubu has kept saying that he does not lose election. That they said he's a builder of men, blah blah stuff. And what we are saying and of concern is that what has been the quality of governance of his boys. Look at it now. Lagos State has a foreign debt of up to 1.43 billion right now, developing infrastructure. Lagos State is still in traffic gridlock to date. The metro rail that is being developed since 2009 is still there to date. That is one. Ogun State, where
New York
okay, can I say something?
That is not the problem of Tinubu. They've done the best.
But
and I can
listen. You made mention of P2B having foreign investments like in other countries. If you are a rich man, would you invest in Nigeria with this current situation?
Of course, I have businesses here in Nigeria. Why wouldn't I?
That's not true. That's not true. And trust me.
I'm running a business here in Nigeria.
Listen. Even as a foreign investor, he brought most of those investors into
Let's understand the concept of business. We have two forms of running business. We have the international business and we have the domestic business. The concept of business development is that as a Nigerian, you ought to start from domestic. When you start building your business from domestic, when your supply is enough, your supply is enough for exportation, you can start considering having branches. This is what we've seen among the business moguls around the world. That is true, my brother. If Peter Obi doesn't have a single business here in Nigeria, and you are telling me such...
What business? Generator? Selling of generators? Because we don't have electricity. That's why.
That means you don't understand business. Let me tell you something. We have manufacturing in business. We have retailing in business. We have services in business.
And he has so much
I'm telling you, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has debunked a rumor that is not the owner of Meccano. And you can see, let me tell you something about, I want you to understand about business. Business have its concept. I can be a businessman. I can
Listen,
be in a logistic aspect.
we should be talking about the weaknesses of our candidates. That's what we
That's the
want to hear.
weakness of your candidate. Your candidate has business, international business. Here in Nigeria, we are talking of unemployment. People
Okay,
are
can you allow
graduating
me to talk
every
about it? Can
year.
I talk about it? Can I talk about those
Of
business?
course, you can. You can
Thank you.
contribute, of
Now, if you
course.
talk
Why not?
about those foreign investments you're talking about, you might be talking about the brewery, right? The next and what have you. But what did he do when he came to Anambra State? He brought in those investments that he knows he has contributions to. Because trust me, no other foreign investors would invest in Nigeria. Rather, they are all leaving.
Should I come
So
in?
when he brought them into Nigeria, you know what happened? He gave Anambrians employment on the brewery. That is
Maybe you
another
don't
way of
know.
improving the.
There is
Listen,
what we
that is
call
the
in
very.
government. Wait, there's what we
Uh-huh.
call innovative thinking and critical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria is in a mess right now. We need somebody that is innovative enough
Thank you.
to
Thank you.
create
You said it's a mess. Who
Wait,
brought it to that mess?
don't forget in
Who brought
1999.
Nigeria to that mess?
Don't forget in
Who brought Nigeria
1999.
to the mess?
No one brought Nigeria into the mess. That's what you're not
That's not
getting. It's
true. You're
APC that
lying to
brought Nigeria
yourself.
into the mess we have today.
You're lying to yourself. You're lying.
It is
Who brought
APC
Nigeria
as
to
a
that mess?
government. Let me give you
You
an answer
acknowledge that
now.
Nigeria is in a mess.
There
Who
is a
brought Nigeria?
concept to your
I just want
answer.
you to answer
There's
my
a
question.
concept.
Answer
There is
it
a
first.
concept to your answer.
Answer. I need to answer. Once you answer me, I wouldn't say any other thing. Who
Okay,
brought
what's your
Nigeria to that
question?
mess? Who brought Nigeria to the mess?
It is successive government that brought Nigeria into mess. Let me give
Who
you
are
an
those?
instance.
Who are those? Who are those
Let me
successive
give you
governments?
answer. Let me give you
Okay.
answer.
Give me
When
answer.
during Obasanjo and Atiku regime, Nigeria had a debt, and before the end of their
Of how much?
tenure,
A debt of how much?
when they left with almost Nigeria was around $10 billion, if I can remember. And before they left, the debt ceiling has came down. That is one. Number two is that it came down to 1 point something billion dollars. You can check, you can confirm. Now, when there was need for infrastructural development, there was need for to actually got some borrowing, and eventually by the end of PDP era in 2015, our debt was 7.3 billion when we had so many achievements. When it comes to the APC and Asiwaju people,
what is happening now? Why is our debt increasing?
Yeah, I want to answer you now. That's why I'm answering you systematically. When it comes to Asiwaju and his people,
we don't have time.
Okay.
We don't have time.
When it comes to these people, they increase our debt. They increase our debt to $28.57 billion, and you can see. So if we are talking about who brought us into this mess, we say that it is the successive government that brought us into this mess. So when we are not talking about the problem of Nigeria, we need somebody that has critical thinking skill, like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. If during his regime, we can deal with debt, and Nigeria can move forward. Go and check the fact now. When we are talking about GDP, it was
about critical thinking for Atiku, because most of what he did with the privatization has been a flop. So I don't know how critical thinking is applied to that. And in most cases, he has always flopped in even trying to survive in the policies that he supports. Adamawa is a mess. That is his own state, and he has not done anything to even improve Adamawa. How are we going to give him this large expansion plan?
So, really?
Okay,
Are you aware of the American University? Are you aware of the American University?
That American University is
aware of the beverage? Are you aware of the beverage company in Adamawa, Yola?
Can I say something?
Wow.
Can I say something here? I want to ask you something, Asiwaju. Tim Asiwaju, I want to ask you something really quick. The other day, Wole Soyinka was saying something about how him and Asiwaju got involved in human rights activism in Nigeria.
Okay.
Is that right?
What are you asking me? Why are you asking
No. I just want you to affirm that, because I believe you know Asiwaju, right?
If Wole Soyinka says that Tinubu and himself were part of a movement, then if you believe that the veracity of Wole Soyinka is upheld in Nigeria, then why are you asking me about that? Then that means it's true.
Okay. Listen. I want to say something pretty fast. And he also made mention that Tinubu has been active in fighting for the rights of Nigerians, pre-independence and post-independence. Is that right? Is that right? If it's right, just nod your head. I just want an affirmation.
Okay, let me come in again. Let me come in again.
Was not alive
saying something.
Tinubu was not alive.
Tinubu was,
what are you talking
Tinubu
about?
was not alive for
Are you
independence.
listening at all?
Okay, please let me enter again.
What he's trying to make a point. Just wait.
I'm trying to tell you that you cannot attribute the progress of Nigeria to Tinubu, who was just a boy at that time. He was at 1960, he was just 8 years old. So why are you talking about?
That's what I'm wondering. How a boy would be leading a man of about 26 years old? Because at that time, Wole Soyinka was about 26 years old.
Okay. Please let me come in. I think the question is not strong as enough.
Recently, Wole Soyinka is 88 years old, and he said that Tinubu
Please
was
let
the
me make my
leader
point.
during human rights activism.
Let me make my point. Another thing about Asiwaju Tinubu. Another thing about Asiwaju Tinubu is that, were you aware that Asiwaju was a chancellor, LAUTECH chancellor? Were you aware that while he was the chancellor of LAUTECH, he couldn't even solve the lingering issue in LAUTECH? The ownership issue was not solved. That's number one. So number two, are you aware that
let's just talk. Chancellor is not the CEO of an institution.
Chancellor, do you know what chancellor means? Do you know what chancellor means? To be a chancellor of a university,
we know that Tinubu's daughter is at the age of 61. So I want you to answer two questions.
Were you the father of Tinubu's daughter?
Let me show you.
If this man cannot run LAUTECH very well as a chancellor, it automatically means that he doesn't even have zero focus for our education sector. Can you see under their reign, we have ASU for so many months now. They are even talking about campaigns. They are not talking about how to solve ASU strike. Don't forget, when you came to government in 2015,
he's part of the ruling
when you came to government in 2015, you promised us change. You promised us change in 2015. And when you came in 2015, you couldn't even solve half of our problem. You either escalate it. Look at the immigration data today. Many Nigerians have left. Many Nigerians have left Nigeria out of this issue. Look at the data; it has increased rapidly. That's number one. Number two, look at the issue of education. Look at the issue of education.
A leadership stand firm and keeps his record straight. Asiwaju has questionable character in all part of his life.
Honestly, now let me ask you. If people watching us have seen it, you can realize that the Atiku, the Asiwaju team and the Peter Obi doesn't really have a strong content to back up their candidate.
Let me ask you one question.
And that's really a show that it's better to vote for somebody that has the experience.
I read in Tinubu's biography
into his own private company. And
listen,
today, he has said he put 20 million, and tomorrow it is 30 million. We are even bothered about whether he's going to say he's a woman or a man, because we don't even know what he's saying is, when he's saying something is true or not. Yesterday, he was talking about
okay. Listen, let me tell you why you don't know. Let me tell you why you don't know. Because you seem to have a little idea about my candidate. Let me tell you what you don't know. Peter Obi,
let me tell you something. Another thing is that Peter Obi even left a party that went to Ekiti and lose. Wait, Peter Obi went to Ekiti, they lose. They went to Osun, they lose. Peter Obi went to Osun, wait. Labour Party went to Osun, they lost. They went to Ekiti, they lost. Here in Osun, we won.
Are you sure?
See, this is what we are saying. When we are talking about politics, I really want you to know that politics is about three things.
So trust me, Tinubu did not go to any school, not even secondary school.
Who told you Tinubu doesn't go to any school?
He did not go to any school. I read in his biography that he's a dean lister. This is what dean lister looks like. This is what dean lister certificate looks like. When you read it, you see dean lister, you see everything. Go online, you find this. You don't just say you are a dean lister.
What I will advise you guys to do is that let's vote for somebody that has the vision, the experience, the strength, and the courage.
Tinubu and Atiku is a disaster to Nigeria. Trust me, if these two people rule, Nigeria is going into. It's just like going into.
Do you mean Peter Obi the liar? The liar we are having.
What has he lied about?
What has he lied about? Anambra economy. He lied about the NBA. He lied about his own assets. He couldn't declare.
What about
Wait. Let me
Anambra
tell you.
economy did he lie about?
How about the investment of $100 million? He said.
Did he invest or not?
Are you in Nigeria?
Did he invest?
Was that value what he said?
Wait, did he
no,
invest?
Answer me, bro. Answer me. That value
I'm answering you. Did he invest?
let me give you an instance. Let me give you an instance now.
If he actually invested and he told you the amount he invested was 100 million. Wait,
like now
listen.
that the freeze is giving me opportunity. Wait. Like that the freeze is giving me opportunity to talk here, and I said I know that the freeze on street. Does that sound good?
If you had invested 10 million naira 10 years ago, now the money
time up.
Thank you so much, team leaders. Thank you for coming and for what you have to do next. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I've removed all the debaters, and now I want to call in the timekeeper and a few neutral people, maybe one or two neutral people, in 2 minutes to tell me how the debate went. I don't want you to tell me that which team won. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is what could we improve in next week's debate? What would you like to see done differently? Please buy stars if you're watching on Facebook. It's so easy. Just beneath the video, you can buy stars. All right.
I wasn't ready for this, but that's okay.
It's okay. You're always ever ready. So go ahead.
It was okay. From the beginning, I would say that I enjoyed the first set of people. This second set, to be sincere, it wasn't the goals that we wanted. And I must be sincere with you. I think you made it too easy for them from the beginning. You were trying to calm them down. Though we don't want them to be rude. We don't want no insult, but at the same time.
I also enjoyed last week. Despite the fact that other voice went overboard, it was so enjoyable. Last week
was perfect. Yeah. Sincerely, we want all the team leaders, because this is the beginning of the debate and we want to have a feel of it. We want the fire. And the Dadu Freeze, these guys are not friends. Get that. You are not friends on the debate. We are here to win. So don't act like friends. We want violence, but not, a very good violence anyways, Somebody said I define location. I ran up. Okay. Okay, so yeah. But please, next week, we want all the leaders. Let them come on. We want something good. We are just starting this debate. This is the second part was, that wasn't a debate. I'm so sorry. That wasn't a violence. It's not even a boost. No. That was just shouting at the time. We were not even getting anything. I wasn't getting anything. Please, next one, we want all the leaders, and we want, just like last week was hot. Everywhere was hot. At the time, I felt like, okay, let me go and buy banger and just throw it to you guys so that everybody will just get up and we'll see the fire. No, the second part wasn't good at all. Let's be sincere.
Okay, awesome. I also noticed some technical hitches. The mic of Tinubu was very bad.
Very, very bad, yeah.
And all right, we have you cannot comment on any team. You cannot say this team won or this team did not win. No, it's your take on the.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, English love heaven, my sister. Okay, now this debate, the first phase was very educative. I enjoyed all the teams. But this second stage, I think we need to moderate it better. They were clashing into one another, it wasn't orderly. So I think we need to allow, whenever one team is speaking, we allow them to finish their points. Then the other team can take over the move when the other one gives bars. Because honestly, this last stage, I didn't follow anything. They were just shouting. So I think that's what I really want.
Last week, they were actually talking into each other, and it was still enjoyable. It was
more ugly.
Today,
it was more ugly.
It's giving us. All right, I think it was that lady.
Okay, how was okay?
Yes.
So I think we should be more matured in this debate, but the buzz should be there. Definitely, that's what we're gonna how we're gonna get the feel
over each other, and that was how it was last week. But still, it was still enjoyable. But today, I don't know what
this one is rowdy. This one is rowdy, especially the one at the topmost. I think is Tinubu's team was just talking and talking, other trying to defend.
No, we are not supposed to do that. We are not supposed to condemn, do that. Yeah, we
I'll
just
give you an example. Yeah. So so far so good though. I think next week Tuesday's one is going to be also good.
We
so
want
that the
all the leaders. We want all the leaders. We are just starting. We want the real that goes.
The real leaders, Abi.
All right. And we're also going to be choosing debate favorites. A lot of people seem to like that gentleman, Mother Voice.
That MC, that Igbo guy, the first person that spoke. I love the points. He was bringing it out, well organized. Is it Motherland or what?
Like,
Mother Voice. Mother Voice. I even had to commend him privately and said, good job. He really, the way he arranged it was so well and it was flowing.
And we also all love Bongoli is.
Yeah, Bongoli. Yeah. So I think I would love to see. I would love to see Bongoli, Mother Voice, and one other person. Maybe the prof of Atiku.
The prof of Atiku. Okay.
Yes, the prof of Atiku.
People have spoken. Next week, Bongoli, Mother Voice, and prof of Atiku.
Prof. Yes.
We need you
3
out there representing the Glasgow. Next.
So that the phrase I was gonna, you did mention about what people think could be done extra. I'm just thinking on top of my head an innovative way. One of the reasons we are doing this debate is to inform Nigerians, right? So we don't make the mistake that we've made before. So that means that anything we think we can do in order to give people out there the right information to make a better choice come 2023, I think is worth doing. So I know that everybody have to, campaign for their own candidates, sell their candidates and all of that. But you can't tell me whether I support Atiku or Tinubu or Obi. You can't tell me that other candidates that I'm not supporting do not have something positive about them. So I was just thinking if they could take, even if it's 2 minutes, to say what it is that they like about the other candidates. Just the same way that they would have spent.
We are still getting there.
Yeah, just the same way they would have spent time to say, these are the things that we don't like about this candidate. Just to see how objective people who are defending their own candidates actually are. Because no matter how you think your candidate is, there are other strengths and weaknesses of others. So we want people, if I'm supporting Obi, I want to be able to say, okay, yeah, I'm supporting Obi. I believe Obi is the best person, but Atiku have got this and this going for him as well. But for the fact that Obi has got this, I prefer Obi. Or I prefer Atiku, but Tinubu has got 1, 8, 2, 3, 3, and all of that going for him. But for the fact that Obi the Atiku has got this and that, then I would prefer Atiku. We just want people to be objective. So not everyone trying to, defend their candidate till that do them apart, irrespective of whatever they are going to gain from the person if the person comes into office. There are a whole lot of people who have supported candidates in the past. And when they get into it's not just the people who supported them that get the dividends of whatever their leadership is. We all are going to get the dividend, whether good or bad. Okay, so I think we should plan it in such a way that we better inform the audience.
All right, absolutely well heard. Thank you all for joining, and here's the verdict. We're two teams this week, I agree. Next week is going to be violent. So the violence, no chance for peace next week. Come with your violence. All next week, guys, before you come live, make sure you have good audio. One of the things that I noticed from Team Tinubu this week was poor audio. You guys need to have good audio. The audience chose 3 people for next week. Bongoli for Team Tinubu.
Mother Voice
for Team Obi, and Prof for Team
Atiku. Yes.
You prominent in next week's decision. Especially, we want to see a face-off with you guys. I would love to see Bongoli go against Mother Voice and them go against the Prof. I didn't ask for it. The people did. Once again, in a democracy, it is the people's choice. This is the only show on Daddy Free's platform where everybody has a say. Let's work out the technical glitches and let us make sure that next week counts. Thank you all. This is the second episode of Clash of the Supporters. You could drop me notes via DM or in the comment section below. Tomorrow is going to be Off the Hizzle. Nollywood and Olosho is the topic.
Wow. I'll be there.
And we're continuing tomorrow. So many actresses have shown interest, and that is going to be fire.
Wow.
Team Peter.
What time? What time?
Tomorrow, 11:30 p.m. Team Peter,
okay.
Team Tinubu, and Team Atiku. I enjoyed you guys. You guys did well, but we're going to up it a notch next week to make sure that the message gets there. I love the way you all work together. And although this was a bit tame and we want to see more violence, it still was a good show. Thank you all for your effort. God bless you, and look forward to seeing you same time next week. For the rest of you guys, it's tomorrow, 11:30 on Daddy Freeze Live. Take care and God bless you.
Bye. Thank you, Daddy Freeze.